And so we have a few resources ready to go. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Vanilla. It's time to decorate this hole. I plan to get into a huge bit of detailing and decorating to start this episode off, and then once we have that, we can go over what I've done and start to set up each and every individual sorting area, bringing in the different bits and pieces from my other storage room, which we started with. And this thing is going to become our new, basically, home. And then once we've done that, we might start to work out some ways to get into here a little bit more easily. So we're getting straight into a time lapse. Let's make this hole pretty. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. Look at this place. It's incredible. This took me a very long time. I had the worst builder's block when it came to this room, this hallway, storage hall. But after much time, I finally got it completed. At least the bones of it, the main storage area. Obviously, there's things at the end that we are going to have to decide what to do, whether I want a path going down here or not. And I've got all of this space up top here for little hallways to go out and connect us up. Oh, I missed a spot. It's all a little bit open at this side. Did I do that on the other side as well? I did, a little bit. That's fine. Mostly it's finished. So I have these upstairs areas, which are for connecting little rooms, for walkways, probably going out. I actually don't know where I am in the grand scheme of things. Let's actually have a look-see. If I go into my free cam, oh yeah. Oh, that's actually lined up pretty well. That's lined up very well. We could have a little entryway going in here. That'll be good. And as you can see, we've got all of these mechanisms tucked in here nicely, ready to go for all of our sorting. And then on top of that, we have these little rooms, which are nice little spots with some furnaces and just for bulk storage. I can put all sorts of different things in here that are just not quite part of the main bulk storage area. I shouldn't have called that bulk storage. It's more like the bits and pieces. But Doesn't this just feel amazing? Also, such a good use for the skulk. Those were the few pieces that I had, and I think I might want to add a couple more, like around here. You can see how these areas are a little bit awkward, but I would like a little bit more skulk and a little bit more of the calcite. And then if we pop over here to the entryway, we have our item system. So this double chest here is double hopper speed into the dispenser that goes through and sends all the items around. And the way that we turn that on is actually in here. So that will shoot items out at a decent speed. And then I just have to close them like that. And if we pop into here as well, you can see it's pretty simple. We have this setting up a little repeating signal coming from these observers into a dispenser here. And I have the double hoppers coming from underneath this chest. But I decided I also wanted a spot here where I could put down, for example, something like this. A shulker box can sit against that item, deposit everything, and then I can just break it. Oh, how about I do that? Then I could just break it and it'll go through the system. And then anything that is left over will come over onto that side. And if I want to go in and do any maintenance in here or double check some stuff, we can go through that way. So yeah, what do you think? I went for something warm. I went for something that is really nice and earthy feeling, natural materials and all of that. Yeah, I really like it. I think it came out really, really, really pretty. And I'm excited to start using it. So my goal here, I think, is to put the blocks in front of them, just there, going through and making sure that it's nice and visible from all angles. But if we're going to be doing that, we need to make a little bit of room like that and go and destroy the few chests that we have. So let's come over here and start off with this. Put the chest away in there. Okay. So what I really should do is put away everything in my my bar except for a couple of things that I need, and then we can actually start to sort them through. Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult to achieve because I want to get in and sort the filter at the same time, but they are up above. So we're going to have to be a little bit fancy with that. For now, though, I'm going to do that and go through sorting out everything. Wait, have I decided what I want bulk stored? Probably. We have stone up in that corner. I think maybe we do dirt there, and we'll do grass here, and then in that far corner, maybe moss. We'll bring back the moss for that. Stone goes in there. We'll fix that up and make that look a little bit nicer in a second, but we can do tough, cobbled deep slate, normal deep slate, and mud. Then we can do granite, dripstone, coarse dirt, diorite, calcite. I'm going for the lighter stuff a little bit. Something like that. This is really nice for viewing the items that are going to be in there. Now I'm going to try and keep all of my different types of wood together. So we'll go spruce, dark oak, jungle, oak. Ooh, that's a couple of them. We're going to need a few more. That may be all the overworld ones. So if that's the case, we'll put some not overworld ones just there. Podzol can go here, amethyst there, and we can go pick up a few more. Let's also sleep. Okay, next. We'll put that in there quickly. And then we know that we have these two. I think I kind of want to stagger them a little bit. So red, blue, red, blue. Netherrack, blackstone, and soul sand. Or soul soil, then soul sand, the wart blocks, some of that, and some of that. Yeah. The moss I'm going to put in this back corner because I do want to build up a decent supply of the moss. I think I'll actually change out the coarse dirt and put it over here. Then that way I can put the sandstone over with this stuff. I just need my pickaxe. The muddy mangrove there, stuff like terracotta. I think I'll go the skulk and maybe the mangrove there. That's not too bad. And now we can move over to this area, do stuff like that. Ooh, I think we might count obsidian as more of a an end dimension style piece. So we'll do that. Bones. And I'm thinking maybe we don't do wool. We might put wool in its own little area. Right, let's go see what else we have. Ah, right. Now I think that these things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What happened to my diamond? Ah, I am missing the deep slate emerald, and that would make it 8, so that doesn't quite fit there. I'm thinking that those will go into our little side rooms instead. So in reality, we actually have a handful of things left over. Handful of spaces. That's all of those done. This side as well. And now we have, what, 7 plus 4, 11 more. So I can do some more consistently used building materials like that. In fact, because we're doing so much in this block palette, I'm sure I have some somewhere. There we go. Some of that. The cobbled deep slate we already have a spot for, but we can also do that. Makes it a little bit difficult to see, but that's just fine. I'm going to put glass, and that's about it. Now, I'm probably going to do all of the filters and stuff off camera. I think trying to go through all of this nice and smoothly is just not an easy thing to achieve. Getting in here, going through all of the little nooks and crannies. I definitely need like a service area, if that makes sense. A way to get through into the back of it all without interrupting all of this build. I don't want to have to dig through these each and every time. So, 3, 7 left. Let me see. We could go crying obsidian if we grab a handful of those from trading with piglins. We could go bricks actually, because I would like to do some more building with that. So let's do that, that, put the bone block down here. Ooh, I'm tying it together. I think the glass would be better suited somewhere towards the edge. Do we do white wool but have all of the other colors somewhere else? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Now I need to think of a better way to indicate these ones. Possibly by going underneath like that. Or just there. Yeah, I think I like that. Maybe? It looks a little odd. This will work better. Yeah. Or maybe... Yeah. There we go. It feels good after so much builder's block to finally have this in a place where I'm actually happy with how it looks, and it's starting to reach the point where it will be functional. It'll actually be a useful thing to work with. We're just going to put those in there for now. So, rather than going through and doing all of the sorting and putting in the filters and everything, I still have a couple of blocks here that we may find something that fits perfectly. But I think what I'm going to do instead is actually go up and give myself an entryway through here. Because at the moment, I have been exiting like this, up through there, and then when I want to come back down, I go down through here and fly across like that. But I think that having something to go through this way would be a lot better, to kind of swoop down into here and then we could just drop in. Yeah, I think that'll be a good idea. So, if that's the case, we sort of want to make it as accessible as possible. I'm pretty decent at flying with Elytra, but it's always worthwhile making sure you have plenty of space. So if I do something like this, and we kind of open it up so it feels like a 5x5, and then do we want to slightly curve it up? I think that's probably a good idea. Because I don't want it to come out at a low level. I want it to come out in our future cliff face level, somewhere up around here. So, yeah, it's going to have to be a fair old rise. Yeah, if we said that this height here was the height that I wanted to come through at, this spot right here. In fact, why don't we use this as a marking for the threshold? And then from here, we make a hallway with just a gentle curve downwards, starting off a little bit steeper and then hopefully easing. Although, let's see how it goes with stepping by 2 blocks at a time. Pretty much spot on. Okay. We'll make sure that we have plenty of headroom in here as well, so that I don't accidentally bonk my head when I'm flying in. And I think having just this little bit of extra just here is going to be lovely for popping down and landing flat. So we'll open this up and then we will test it. And after such a long time in between episodes, for those who are watching in the future, it's been about a month since the last one. I've had time to not only work through the builder's block that I have here, but also think about going back to my roots, which is landscaping, terraforming. Terraforming is something that I just really enjoy doing. Building up a natural looking area, mountains and cliffs and things like that is something that I've found is probably my favorite building style in Minecraft, or the thing that I enjoy building most. And so I'm really excited to come up out of this little area here and build around all of this. Yes, we've got plenty of other buildings that I want to do and set up, but I also really want to make it so that we have a nice bit of landscaping started, because that feels like the right thing to do for me. Landscape first and then make sure that it's right before building the buildings in. I don't necessarily want to build the buildings and then try and landscape around them. So I'd hate to build this research hall before starting my terraforming and then realize that I want to raise it up 3 or 4 blocks, for example. So with this and that opened up, I feel like that's a decent sized area to fly through. There's only one way to find out. If I'm coming down through here, it'll be far more visible than that, and I can just... Ha 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 ha! Ta-da! That may have been luck. So flying out is pretty easy. Swoopy shroopy, flying, coming back from all sorts of places. Oh, there's our entryway there. Slow it down a little bit, and then... Ta-da! Perfect. Holding shift as I come in for the landing means that I kind of stop dead just there, and then we can pop back out nice and easily. Can I do it at speed? Yes! Perfect! Actually perfect. Now I think we might make this entry a little bit more accessible. So, instead, we'll just put those up there and maybe try and turn this into a little bit more of an archway of sorts. Ow. So do we lift the middle up ever so slightly? Let's do that. Let's try this a little. Giving it a little bit of fanciness seems like a good start. Plus, all the headroom that I can gain is probably a good thing. Okay. Not bad. Let's decorate it. Make it look a little bit more like the rest of this. Yeah, so a little fancy spin, and we have ourselves an entryway, a hallway of sorts. Now I'm kind of trying to decide whether I want to curve it more. So something along the lines of having it come out a little bit and then going up to a little bit higher, but I feel like that's going to add unnecessary skill to the ability to go through it. So we might just leave it like this for now. Seems pretty decent. It's nothing too fancy, but it definitely looks like a little entryway to me. And if we go up here, we can see it down, come through, and it definitely feels a lot better. Ooh, maybe I need to not go down on such a severe angle, but it definitely feels a lot more accessible with that top bit raised a little bit and everything. So, one last try. Yeah. Oh well. A little bit of broken angles, not the worst. Nice. Now, one thing that I did do, actually we can turn that off for now. is I brought this back to one hopper. So this system will unload at exactly one hopper's speed because I don't want it to overflow a hopper and miss stuff. Hey, buddy, how you doing? He's been floating back and forth, watching me set this whole thing up. Just chilling, making sure that I do things right. Hey. But for things like the bulk storage of stone that I've started to put through while I was building that, if I go faster than what a single hopper can handle, it's going to it's going to outpace what this can store, and it's going to send it through to the other side where I'll just have a bunch of stone building up in here. So a single hopper's speed means that it doesn't matter which side we put it in. I can just put things in there for now. The only thing that I really have sorted is is the stone. So we should see that stone come through here in a second. But once I have everything sorted, I should be able to put most things into that chest, and then whatever is unsortable will be left over in the chest on the other side. So there we go. Perfect. Lovely. And then all I would have to do is come over here, grab what I needed, and take it over into my extra storage rooms on the side, like here or here. I do like that. I think that looks really good. It feels like a natural expansion to this. Scale-wise, it feels good. Yeah. And a surprising amount of storage, really. This is probably more in each one of these rooms than I have over in my original storage room, so not too shabby. And marking all of these with the blocks themselves means that I can probably get away with putting some item frames on these ones to indicate what's in them without worrying too much about lag. Now, something that I would really like to do is get a little bit more of this. So, oh, you coming, buddy? Come on. We're going to go down again. Oh, I've got so much stuff on me. Blah, blah, blah. Inventory management is really, really hard, especially after playing a bunch of modded where I have backpacks. Oh boy. So, if we go back down to our little area down here. I'm going to die. Nope, perfectly fine. I believe we have ourselves a little bit of skulk that I could grab. Up in here, yeah. Oh, still don't like it. But I'm just going to grab a handful to accent that floor a little bit more. I don't think there's any of the sensors nearby in here, so I'm not too worried about summoning anything I don't want to. We'll grab half a stack. Perfect. At some point soon, I would like to maybe go on a little bit of an adventure and try and find ourselves, buddy, the Deep Dark or an ancient city, because I would like to try out Swift Sneak. I think it'd be really fun, but I'm also a little bit scared. So, if we come back down here, I think I want to put it in the corners like this. Let's do this. Tie it all together a little bit. Bring a really nice pop of color. And maybe like that. I like it. I think, yeah, I kind of like that too. I should have got more. Damn. I was so close. Oh dear. I hit my head on the last block as I was trying to pull up out of the way. Oh, nailed it. We may as well use our new entryway. Much better landing. Not as far to fall. All right. I think that looks pretty good. There's definitely some additional things that I could do trying to make these areas look a little bit nicer, for example. I don't know. That does help a little bit bring it out. But all in all, I'm really happy with how this turned out. It was something that I was stressing over for a long time, and I don't know whether you guys experienced that yourselves, where the build's just not working how you want it to, but you want it to work. You don't want to just give up on it. And it takes a long time to really think your way out of it and get through that builder's block. But yeah, especially with the color of these additional blocks, I think it it looks really impressive. It's plenty grand up in the height of the ceiling and everything. A lot of functionality in that I can put blocks in there, but also add extras into the barrels above. So for example, say I had amethyst stuff, I could also put the amethyst crystals and the budding crystals in there too. Crafted stairs and stuff could go up in here, for example. Like that. Oh, not like that. Even stuff like glowstone could be put into the barrel above. Yeah, I'm a fan. I think I'll be able to get this to a point where it feels really, really functional. Really worthwhile as a place where I can come in and, for a long time, have plenty of storage for my needs. This is the kind of size storage hole, for me at least, where I feel like I can supplement some things by using shulker boxes if I want to get well more than what this can actually handle. But other than that, we should be pretty good. So, even though it may feel like not a lot has happened with the time in between episodes, we can move forward with a fresh bit of invigoration and some new ideas. Now that we have this area here to sort all our materials, I'm going to go through in between episodes and I'm going to set up all of the filters for these items and make sure that they are ready to go. Start running some stuff through the system itself. And yeah, I think we may start to work on a little bit of terraforming around here. I would like to get this area around the entryway to a point where we actually have a finalized entryway here and build the landscape up around it, give myself a little bit of an idea of where I'm going to be putting buildings and such, and then maybe we can start working on some other projects again. But with that being said, we're going to get back into the safety of our storage hall. Nailed it. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters for your continued support. You folks are amazing, and I genuinely appreciate the patience with the vanilla stuff. I know it has been a little bit of time in between the episodes, and it's something that I definitely want to continue. This is a world that I am becoming proud of, and I have still large ideas for it, but I don't want to force myself when I'm struggling with the builder's block, and there are other things that I can do to continue to make videos for you guys to watch and enjoy them. So don't worry, vanilla is still here. It's not going anywhere, and plenty of fun things to come. But with all that being said, once again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and until the next episode, I hope you all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone. Whoop!